Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Bold and the beautiful spoilers saw Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, raging at Bill Spencer, Don Diamond, because he's helping Luna Nozoa, Lisa Yamada, but he may turn around and clap back soon. Because of Taylor's blatant hypocrisy about her own history of violence and how deeply Steffy Forrester, Jacqueline Massinswood, is tied up in that. We're going to talk about why Bill might put Taylor in her place if she keeps coming at him, and also write Steffy a reality check. Of course, it makes sense that Steffy is absolutely horrified that Luna, the girl who tried to kill her, is now her stepdaughter. It also makes sense that her mom, Taylor, is scared for Steffy, because Luna has proven she is a threat to her daughter. And it's easy to see why Steffy is totally justified in this fear of Luna. But there are precautions that have been taken. Even while she was out of prison, she was wearing an ankle monitor. She's not allowed to leave Bill's estate. He has security. You know, if she wanted, Steffy could have gotten a restraining order against Luna as an added precaution. But at the same time, there's a bit of hypocrisy in Steffy and Taylor raging at Bill for trying to help Luna. He's doing it because he thinks that Luna is a broken person who deserves a second chance. But don't forget, Bill did something very similar for Steffy's mom, Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, years ago when she shot him in the back and left him for dead. If you don't remember, that was back in 2018, right after Steffy and Bill slept together when Steffy was upset at Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton, and it was just this one-time thing. But then Bill kind of got hooked on her. But Taylor found out, and she just assumed, without having any kind of discussion with her daughter, that it wasn't consensual. She thought that Bill forced himself on Steffy. So Taylor got on a plane, flew into LA without telling anybody, drove straight over to Bill's place, and he picked up his golden gun and shot him in the back. It was really just a miracle that Bill didn't die. Then, when Taylor wanted to confess and turn herself in, Steffy stopped her. Other suspects began to surface, like Ridge Forrester, Thorsten K., who was suspected of attempted murder, because he assaulted him over Steffy, and all that as well on Bold and the Beautiful. If you remember, Ridge had his brother Thorne Forrester, Windsor Harmon, with him, and they tossed Bill off the balcony. I think it was Ridge that did the tossing, but Thorne was there, kind of like when Bill tossed Shella Carter, Kimberlyn Brown, off the balcony. At first, of course, Steffy didn't know that Taylor had done this, but she didn't think her dad did it, although Ridge was a natural suspect, because he had recently assaulted him. Then for a while, Liam thought he'd shot Bill, because he had blacked out the night of the shooting. Because of a concussion, he'd lost some time. And then Liam comes around, and he confesses to Steffy, who never believed he didn't do it, even before she knew there was, a whole thing with her mom. She didn't believe that Liam did it. Nobody suspected it was Taylor until her confession. Taylor went to Bill and came clean, but even while she was confessing, Taylor threatened him again at gunpoint, accusing him of taking advantage of Steffy. But then her daughter showed up, and she begged Bill, "Please don't send my mom, Taylor, to prison." Steffy promised him that she knew that Taylor really needed help, and that there were other ways to do this. But Bill said, yes, she needs help, and she can get it in prison. In the end, Steffy kept working on Bill until he agreed not to press charges on Taylor, and he told her he did it for Steffy. Then, after the whole thing came out, everybody eventually found out that Taylor was the shooter, and she was quite the black sheep for a while. As a matter of fact, Taylor's shooting Bill caused a lot of unintended complications, because pregnant Hope Logan, Annika Noel, said she wouldn't let her baby, who would later turn out to be Beth after the whole kidnapping, and presumed dead and selling her into adoption, all that mess. But at the time, pregnant Hope said that her baby couldn't be around Taylor, because she was dangerous, and so that meant the baby wouldn't be in Kelly Spencer's, Sophia Paris McKinley, life as a sister, and that led down the whole messy adoption thing. Hope and Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, both thought Steffy's mom was violent and unhinged for quite a while. Brooke was adamant that she didn't want Taylor near her daughter, Hope, or near the baby that she was having. The Logans were very put off, acting scared of Taylor, You know, not quite as scared as Steffi is of Luna now, because it wasn't quite as extreme, but still, there was a whole lot about Taylor being this, bloodthirsty, murderous lunatic for a while. The main difference is she didn't actually kill someone, and Luna did, but that was not for lack of trying. Taylor shot Bill, and left him to die, left him bleeding out, and it was sheer luck that he didn't kick the bucket. Luna went to prison. Taylor never did, and Steffi insisted that Bill must not press charges, but charges were pressed immediately on Luna. Of course, what Luna did to Tom Fisher, Roscoe Bourne, and Hollis Chambers, was way worse than what Taylor did, but if you look at it, what happened? Luna and Taylor, they each snapped for their own reasons, and they did bad and violent things. We all know Bill hasn't forgotten, so he's probably thinking Steffi should show Luna some grace. That's what Bill did for Taylor back in the day on Bold and the Beautiful. He showed her grace. Steffi raged at Bill about him keeping a killer out of prison, which was Luna, but Steffi was all about him keeping attempted killer Taylor out of prison 7 years ago. So, while Steffi and Taylor were ranting at Bill about Luna, they didn't stop to think about the fact they're standing at the scene of Taylor's crime, the attempted murder that she tried to commit on Bill. Again, what Luna did was worse, we can all see that, but she also served some time, which is more than Taylor ever did. The bottom line, again, Bill showed grace to both Taylor and Luna, but Steffi's only showing grace to her mom, so there's a certain amount of hypocrisy there. As much as I would like Bill to remind Taylor and Steffi that he kept Taylor out of prison, I'd be surprised if the Bold and the Beautiful actually brings up when she shocked Bill and Steffi, begged him not to press charges. It would be great if Bill acknowledged this, because a lot of fans are talking about it. B&B viewers have been very vocal about this on soap social media. Chelsea Miller tweeted, Taylor lecturing Bill about helping a criminal in the room where she shot him in the back. This show is comedy. Latasha Covington tweeted, Bill should have reminded Steffi that her mama shot him in the back and should be locked up. Mark R said on X, so let me understand. Steffi wants Luna in jail but was cool with her mother shooting Bill and not going to jail. That's different, isn't it? Of course, on the most recent episode, in that shocking twist, Luna was set free, pardoned even, has the ankle monitor off. And Steffi, Finn, Tanner Novlin, and everybody else was shocked when Lieutenant Baker confirmed that Luna is completely free to go live her life. Everybody was shocked except for Bill. He almost seemed like he was expecting that call about her pardon to come in on Bold and the Beautiful. What's ironic, of course, Finn had actually flipped to agreeing with Steffi that Luna should go back to prison. But then bam, she's free like that. Steffi, Taylor, and the others think it's an outrage. And again, her getting a pardon seems insane. Because she's a double murderer, but I still wonder if Bill will bring up Taylor shooting him. Or if he'll at least tell Luna about that incident. And how Steffi fought to keep her mom out of prison, while she was fighting to keep Luna, Finn's daughter, locked away. Again, Luna's a killer, and Taylor's not, but not for lack of trying. Taylor really did try to kill Bill. Steffi Forrester has never been one to hold back. Strong-willed, passionate, and fiercely loyal to her family, she has often been at the center of the Bold and the Beautiful's most dramatic storylines, and when it comes to her disdain for Bill Spencer, there is no love lost between them. She sees him as a ruthless manipulator, someone who has caused immense pain to the people she holds dear. Yet, in her relentless crusade against Bill, Steffi seems to have conveniently forgotten that her own mother, Taylor Hayes, committed a violent crime and walked away without facing justice. Steffi has made it her mission to remind the world of Bill's sins. He has been manipulative, calculating, and at times downright cruel. His past transgressions are well documented, his obsession with Steffi herself, his betrayal of his son Liam, and his ruthless business tactics that have destroyed lives. To Steffi, Bill represents everything wrong with power and privilege. However, Steffi's unwavering condemnation of Bill raises an uncomfortable question. Why does she hold him to a higher moral standard than her own mother? Taylor Hayes, beloved psychiatrist and pillar of the Forrester family, once shot Bill in cold blood. In a fit of rage, she attempted to kill him, believing that he had wronged her daughter. But instead of facing the consequences of her actions, Taylor managed to evade prison time. The shooting of Bill Spencer was a shocking moment in the bold and the beautiful history. Taylor, who had always been seen as a woman of reason and compassion, lost control and committed an act of violence that could have easily ended in murder. Though Bill survived, the act itself was inexcusable. Yet, in a twist that only a soap opera could deliver, Taylor faced no real consequences for her actions. With the help of her powerful connections and a narrative that painted her as a misunderstood victim rather than a violent criminal, she managed to avoid jail time altogether. Steffy, despite knowing full well what her mother did, continues to act as if Bill is the only villain in this ongoing saga. It is a glaring double standard, and one that fans of the show have not ignored. The Forresters, as a whole, have a tendency to rewrite history to suit their needs. Ridge Forrester, Steffy's father, has had his fair share of questionable decisions and unethical actions, yet he is often portrayed as the noble counterpart to Bill's villainy. Similarly, Taylor is painted as a woman who has only ever acted in self-defense or for the sake of her family. But when it comes to Bill, the Forresters have no room for forgiveness or understanding. What makes this situation even more ironic is that Bill, despite his many misdeeds, chose not to press charges against Taylor. He could have ensured that she spent years behind bars, but instead, he allowed her to walk free. This act of mercy was not something the Forresters extended to Bill in return. Instead, they continue to treat him as if he is irredeemable. Steffy's hatred for Bill often blinds her to her own family's wrongdoings. She has spent years painting herself and the Forresters as the moral compass of Los Angeles, yet she is quick to dismiss any transgressions committed by those she loves. Taylor's crime was not an accident. It was not a moment of self-defense. It was a calculated decision to shoot a man she despised. If Steffy is truly committed to justice, why has she never called for her mother to atone for her actions? This selective amnesia is a recurring theme in soap operas, but it is particularly glaring in this case. Fans have pointed out the hypocrisy in Steffy's narrative, questioning why she continues to condemn Bill while conveniently ignoring Taylor's past. The question remains, will Steffy ever recognize the double standard she is perpetuating? It seems unlikely. Her animosity toward Bill runs too deep, and her love for her mother is unwavering. But if she truly believes in justice and accountability, she must, at some point, confront the reality of Taylor's actions. For now, Steffy will continue to fight against Bill, refusing to see the irony in her accusations. But as long as Taylor remains free without ever facing real consequences, Steffy's moral outrage will always ring a little hollow. The bold and the beautiful thrives on complex, flawed characters, and this storyline is no exception. While fans love Steffy for her strength and determination, it is time she takes a step back and acknowledges the inconvenient truth. Taylor Hayes is no better than Bill Spencer, and if Steffy truly believes in justice, she should start by looking a little closer to home. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay with us.